Hi everyone, this is Karak from Angry Centaur Gaming, and today I bring you the review for Life is Strange Episode 2, where Sei Shenmue tried to almost religiously make the ordinary extraordinary by cramming kitten raising and virtual toy machines into the story of Lau from Virtual Fighter killing everyone, and Bully took the rambunctiousness of rebellious youth and the feeling of parental abandonment and then mixed it with pre-terrorism chemical mixing exercises and school fight clubs. Life is Strange seems bent on taking the camaraderie of childhood friendships and the warmth of Stand By Me and then having to get freaky with an episode of Supernatural. All games have their place, but Life is Strange has the additional hurdle and possible bonus of being delivered in episodic content, which means a smaller initial price and yet more chances for a misstep or two as delivery of the story is drawn out over an extended period of time. Let's see how Episode 2 fares. You know, since nothing with the graphics or sound and mostly the voices has changed between episodes 1 and 2, I will quickly sum up what has been my continued opinion. The game looks excellent with a soft pastel look to everything, and the sound continues to excel. Voices are again excellent with some attention for the most part on tonal truity, with a couple misses here and there with odd English choices. But hey, I live in Oregon and I have close family still in school here, and trust me, it does sound like a pot of whales trying to communicate while humping 30 harmonicas to death. So in the end, the odd English word out of place isn't really all that strange to me. No, what really matters here is the gameplay itself, and you continue in the life of Max, a girl who was apparently born with a time machine in her womb, her heart on her sleeve, and an eye for detail. Max is currently unfolding multiple strange goings-on at Blackwell School for Deviant Children. And like a supernatural Veronica Mars, she steps on some toes while doing so, but also tries to always do good in the end. Gameplay continues using the rewind mechanic, and as was the complaint last game, many of the machinations of the time mastery happen in the most mundane of situations. You could become quickly bored. However, the atmosphere does, just like those last games I mentioned before, keeps you interested even if you're performing such feats of wizardry as guessing what's in someone's pockets. I definitely feel like the sequel is more story than action, and though you could explore some new locations and they offered a breath of fresh air, let's say, from the school, they were a little bit short-lived, to be brutally honest. Where this episode changes the game up a bit, though, is the fact that Max has to perform some actions powerless, keeping the player actually guessing and removing the ability to rewind using the bloody nose mechanic of the original Firestarter novel and movie. The game does a good job of reminding you that Max is, in the end, a girl who might win at roulette but might die leaving the casino. This extra bit of danger does a good job solidifying a couple scenes within the game where more of the story is developed and where one or two truly thought-provoking moments happen. Without spoilers, I can say that I was truly shocked and happily surprised that the story went there so quickly, and it handled it with very, very good atmosphere while keeping the game moving forward. In fact, in one particular scene, there's an excellent use of character movement whilst choices are being made, causing an edgy and costly scene to play out where less apt handling of the situation would have turned out to have the emotional resonance of a Gears of War scene. It was very well written and also artistically directed. Fun factor. These games are just sheer bliss to me. The mixing of nostalgia, though I was never a teen girl, I did bump into one rhythmically in my youth, and the feeling of friends or pals spread across distance and time that actually means nothing more than a drop in the bucket when true companionship is needed. So far, the game handles that feeling with excellence. Now, concerning Max's continued search for the truth about her powers and the other situations in Life is Strange, I felt that the story did not move forward that much and on that particular front. And the fact that the ending was basically a thematically copied version of episode 1, I did understand it. I understood the ramifications and the reason why that was done. I could have actually used a bit more oomph to the actual main plotline. That being said, Life is Strange continues to be a game that delivers fun in a totally different way than almost all other games. Not by the speed you can flick your stick or rub your nubbins, but by the response of its characters in the small decisions you make within the game. Longevity. Both episodes seem to have a good number of hidden bits and lane change choices, so I think longevity is a question best answered with a picture of a thumbs up, but since I don't have one, pretend I'm giving you one right now. What does Life is Strange Episode 2 do right? You know, the atmosphere, it's perfect, and I want to knock on wood here. I just hope it continues to be that way. The characters, they're also excellent. I enjoy all the characters, the bad guys, the good guys, everything. The graphics continue to be excellent. Sure, the lip syncing is still off. Just overall, that pastel look, that soft look to everything. Overall, it's excellent. And of course, the music, I didn't feel its impact as much, even though it started out in somewhat the same way as episode 1, but it's still excellent. What does Life is Strange Episode 2 do wrong? You know, If the side stories don't interest you, it might be a tiny bit bland, this episode. It still does move the main story forward, but it is more about basically companionship than it is about the main story about Max in this episode. There's some hidden bits that are about the main story, but it didn't really seem to push that too far forward, except for guessing, you know, the change in people's pockets. So that's it for me. As you know, I rate games on a buy, wait for sale, rent, and never talk about it again rating scale. This is a buy through and through. Just because Max doesn't use her time travel magic doohickey secret powers to constantly save the day doesn't mean vagina warping into her body wouldn't be a complete blast, both mentally and socially, as you trudge through her messed up life. The game offers you that and delivers a unique story with a beautifully realized, if small, world that is a joy to revisit again. So that's it for me, folks. If you like the video, hit like. If you dislike it, hit dislike. Peace out. And share this if you can, or subscribe, or whatever. Wish upon a star. That's it. Thanks.